Hello everyone. Today we are discussing about leadership style assessment. According to the leadership experts Bill Tarbert and David Rook, are what are called the action logics. These action logics assess how leaders interpret their surroundings and react when their power or safety is challenged. That's the idea behind a popular management survey tool called the Leadership Development Profile, created by Professor Torbert and Grutter and featured in this book. The individualist is self-aware, creative, and he primarily focused on their own actions and development as opposed to overall organizational performance. Like example of an individualist always trust their own intuitions over established. The second leadership assessment style is strategist. Strategists are acutely aware of the environments in which they operate. They have a deep understanding of the structure and processes that makes their business tick. Here are some things a strategist might say, but they'll also be able to consider these frameworks critically and evaluate it that would be improved. For example, a strategist as a good leader should always be able to build a consensus in divided groups, and it is important to help develop the organization as a whole as well as the growth and individual achievements of the direct reports. And another example is conflict is inevitable, but the knowledge enough about the teams and the personal and professional relationships to handle the friction is good in this kind of leadership assessment style strategist. Next is alchemist. According to Rook and Talbot describes the charismatic action logic as the most highly evolved and effective at managing organizational change. What distinguishes an alchemist from other action logics is their unique ability to see the big picture and everything, but also fully understand the need to take details seriously. Under an alchemist leader, no department or employee is overlooked. Here are some of the examples for Alchemist 1. A good leader helps their employees reach their high potential and possess the necessary empathy and moral awareness to get there. It's important to make a profound and positive impact on whatever they're working on, and they have a unique ability to balance the short-term needs and the long-term goals. Opportunists are guided by a certain level of mistrust of others, relying on a pursuit of control to keep their employees in line. According to Rook and Talbot, the right, opportunists tend to regard the bad behavior as legitimate in the cut and the thrust of an or eye for an eye world. Here are some of the examples. A good leader should always view others as a potential competition to be bested, even if it's at the expenses of the professional development. He reserves the right to reject the input of others who questions or who criticizes their ideas. Diplomat, unlike the opportunist, diplomat isn't concerned with the competition or assuming control over situations. Instead, this action logic seeks to cause a minimal impact on their organization by conforming to existing norms and completing their daily tasks, which are a little fraction of possible. The diplomat leaders' examples are always resist change since it risks causing instability among their direct reports. Now, it's important to provide the social glue in team situations safely away from the conflict, and they thrive in more team-oriented or supporting leadership roles. The last leadership assessment style is expert. The expert is a pro in their given field, constantly striving to perfect their knowledge of a subject, and perform to meet their own high expectations. But this action logic doesn't lack something central. Too many good leaders of emotional intelligence. Rook and Talbot again describe about the experts are as talented individuals, contributors, and a source of knowledge for the team. Here are some of the things a diplomat might say. For example, expert one. A good leader should prioritize their own pursuit of knowledge over the needs of the organization and the direct reports. And when any problem solving with others, when problem comes in a company, their opinions tends to be the correct one. Here is an assessment of the above mentioned action logic sentences and the leadership style. For example, if you can evaluate your own kind of a leadership style, for example, you are of a strategist, or you have a diplomat, or you are an expertise opportunist. For this, you can rate yourself by giving the score for this with the above mentioned slides. If the action sequence is of strategist 3, we can name the leadership style as democratic, and opportunities 1, 2, 3, 4, we call them as autocratic, like as a dictator kind of a leader. They won't able to listen for the subordinates or the other person's opinions. And third type of leadership styles for the diplomat 2, 3, and expert 1, we called it as an laissez-faire. And the fourth one is transformational kind of leadership style. Transactional type of leadership style is 6, and 7 is bureaucratic style of a leadership if it is having a logical sentence of a diplomat 1, and if they have sentences sequence or evaluation like of strategist 1, 2, and A3, we call them as a strategic style of a leadership assessment. So this is all about for today's session regarding leadership assessment styles. We are having 6 different styles of leadership assessments. One is individualist, strategist, alchemist, opportunist, diplomat, and expertise. Let you check your own assessment for your future things. And that's all for today's session. Thank you and all.